Hello, you guys. So I've been trying to recover. My voice is pretty much gone. It is actually better today. This is better. We're dealing with this big hair situation. Can't get it to do anything. Not that that's even a part of the training. So this week, we are really going to focus on perfectionism and procrastination. Really the things that I feel like killed my dreams and held me down for so long. It's literally like, okay, like if we were going to talk about I need a hair clip or something. This is going to drive me batty. It wasn't bothering me until I got on the camera. Anyways, if we were going to talk about like the Z virus, right? And we're all going to turn into zombies. That's literally what these things are to your dreams, right? Like you get infected with procrastination and your dream's kind of there, but it's just like sucking the life out of everybody, right? You get infected with procrastination. Same exact thing. Now, here's the thing. We're going to drink some Starbucks this morning. It's not even hot anymore. That's why you don't get a freaking venti. By the time I really get around to it, it's not hot. Okay, so there's a couple things I really want you to understand is procrastination and perfectionism really come from a place of instability. Like you're not sure what to do next. You're not sure really where things are going, right? And perfectionism is just something you hide behind. We all do it. We don't want to, put things out there because of an underlying fear that somebody's going to judge it. It's not going to be good enough. We're not answering the right questions. We're not touching the right people, whatever it may be. So if you guys were to really focus on just getting your authentic message out, being who you are and loving your own message, right? You need to be completely unapologetic about what your message is. Then even though it might be scary, all that other stuff is just bullshit, right? Because you know that the people that need to hear your message, the people that it is absolutely designed for, they're going to get it. They're going to be a part of it, right? And you want it for them. You're bleeding for them, right? And so the perfectionism for me went out the window when I got so uncomfortable, so just pissed off that my true message wasn't, the glare is irritating me, that my true message wasn't being heard because I wasn't putting myself out there because I was scared that one or two people might have something bad to say or one or two people might judge me or whatever the case may be. But there's a whole mass of people that needed me. The moment I was like, okay, these people outweigh these people, I need to do that, or I need to do whatever this is. That was the day that I finally let go of my perfectionism. And I was like, okay, here I am, me, right? Like authentic, bold, fabulous, like just the way I am, 100% whole. Here I am to show up and to serve these people. That was the day that I really released perfectionism. Is it hard? Absolutely. It's an everyday struggle. I freak out. I get mad. My husband will be like, babe, I had to go in and correct some of your posts because this was misspelled or this grammar wasn't right, which actually does really irritate me because I am I can't spell for shit, but I am the most grammatically correct person there is. I swear to you, I'm like a grammar Nazi. And so that kind of stuff irritates the shit out of me because sometimes I get so passionate and my phone doesn't move as fast as my fingers and things kind of get mixed up and I just have to get my message out there. And so I've allowed that to channel through instead of perfectionism. And it does really irritate me sometimes that my husband has to correct things or that he tells me he has to correct things or I go back and I look at a post and I'm like, oh my God, how has nobody been like, Maureen, what the fuck, right? So that's kind of just a side note. As far as procrastination goes, and I've spoken about this, so if you haven't heard me speak about this, here's your chance, right? So procrastination is literally a lack of motivation. You don't procrastinate. You're not lazy. There's nothing wrong with you. You're simply not doing something because you're not motivated right now to do something. Typically, that's a sign of being out of alignment. Okay. And I didn't understand that for the longest time. I truly was like, why am I so lazy? What's wrong with me? And someone finally told me, you're not lazy. laziness is easy to fix. There's something underneath, like there's something lying down. It was actually my hypnotherapist that was kind of talking to me about this, because I was like, I just can't figure it out. And she's like, you're dealing with something internally that is causing you to like pull back, to withdraw. And that's why all of a sudden you're going through like this spell of procrastination. And at least when it comes to business, right? We all used to procrastinate at school projects, that kind of stuff. Your business is a totally different story. And so I've realized it really comes with being out of alignment. And I would say even school projects, it was the same thing, right? When did I procrastinate the most? Probably history projects. Why? Because I didn't fucking give a shit, right? Like I didn't like history. It was the worst subject. Probably had a lot to do with the teachers. Another point, because I had one great teacher and I passed that class with flying colors. I love the way he taught history. All my other history teachers hated that shit. All right, so you need to get back into alignment. And when you are in business, this is a big deal. So let me give you some examples of procrastination. I, one time, put out an offer that was like, I don't even remember. Like, I don't remember because it was so bad. And actually, in theory, it was a really great offer. Like, it was a really good offer. But because I was coming from a place where I just like needed the money and I was like, okay, quick cash, right? And I put out this offer and I wasn't fully in love with it. Like, sure, I could sell it. I ended up not selling anything. Why? Mostly because I just didn't put content out there. I just didn't even freaking talk about it. And once again, that was like, oh, well, I was just lazy. It's my fault. It's so much easier to blame yourself on being lazy. If I really dug down to it, because once again, it was a good offer. It was well priced. There was a lot of info. Like, it was something I really could train on, but my heart wasn't in it. It wasn't something I was supposed to be putting out. And so I sat down and I really thought about it and I was like, what the hell, right? And it came down to the fact that it was not in alignment for me. That was not in my cards. Like that, maybe there was something I could have done with it later. Maybe that should have been a free training on my page, like whatever. That was not something I was in alignment with. And I just simply didn't do the work. So let me give you a more recent example. I pay a lot of money to work with high-end coaches, and I do it proudly, and I love my high-end coaches. I'm in multiple programs, 6-week programs. I love boot camps and stuff. They're so much fun. I love the intensity. I'm in a masterminding group that I pay for like this, but definitely on a bigger scale with like millionaires. It's pretty cool, and I pay a lot of money to hang out with them. What else? I've got my one-on-one coach, like all of that, okay? Hypnotherapy, all of that. I love it. I love it so much. And so the problem is, and I think you guys have heard me talk about it, this last coach I hired was not in alignment with me. And I've known that, but I've been pressing through. I signed a contract with her. I'm going to continue to work with her. I should have just paid her off and left. I should have just counted it as a loss. But I was like, surely I can learn something from her. Like, surely. Well, this past week, this was actually the really funny thing, is she was trying to re-sign me, which is fine, and I love that, right? If you're working with somebody and you're getting really good results and life's going great, then re-sign with them. I also like the idea of switching coaches, which I probably do once a year, maybe every 6 months, depending on the type of coach it is, simply because of the perspective shift. Okay, it's not the point. So she was like, came to like our last session, and one of the things that irritates me, first of all, is she spent the last session talking about her and how she could help me more and how we could work together further. And that pissed me off because I paid for a certain amount of sessions. I wanted to work with her that last session, right? Not that I was getting anything out of it, but that's not the point. I paid for it. Don't talk about your business. You're talking about my business. So that was a big deal. But she made a statement to me that one of the things I need to change is that I have too much going on and I shouldn't make different offers all the time. I need to stick with a few signature things and I need to get focused and I need to just stay with those. So she wanted me to stick with turning on the lights, which is a $27 offer that I have, which is lovely. And I think everybody should get it and keep it because it goes to your mailbox and why not have it? And then the second one is my intensive. And then the third thing are my one-on-ones. And now I've got this mentorship group. And she was like, at 4, you're pretty much like maxed out. You shouldn't be coming out with different things. And she was specifically talking about the fact that I just rolled out it's a $27 training called Align with Wealth. And that's what I'm training on, is how to get back into alignment so that you can live a truly prosperous life, like true wealth, right? Time freedom, money freedom, all of your possessions that you really want, all of the things that are going to make you feel full, right? That true sense of wealthy, not just money in the bank account. And, she's like, you shouldn't be putting out offers like this, blah, 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 blah. And she like basically lectured me on, you shouldn't be creating things all the time. It's not good for business and whatever. And it made me mad because I love doing it and I want the content out there. And I did it anyways, posted it anyways. And that day alone, so my call with her was like first thing in the morning, like 9 a.m. I made up my mind. I did it anyways. By 3 p.m., I was at the bank transferring money from my PayPal account into my bank account. I had already made over $1,300 by 3 p.m. selling a $27 offer. Like, just get in alignment, right? The reason why I'm telling you that is because of the procrastination factor. I had been procrastinating on a lot of things. And part of it came from her advice, right? She was telling me, you need to stay focused on your intensive because your intensive comes out next month, and really just work on that. And you're changing your prices, so don't worry about getting any more one-on-ones and blah, 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 blah. And then I looked at my month and I was like, this is the worst month I've had in a really long time. Like, did I make money? Sure. Was it the kind of money I'm used to making? Absolutely not. Is it livable? Yeah, but it's not the lifestyle I enjoy. And I'm all about creating my own lifestyle and building up my dreams. But because I really didn't have any motivation, and it could be because it was taken away, but mostly it was because I wasn't in alignment with what was happening, right? Because if it was up to me, I'm always creating things and I'm always bringing in money every single day. I'm going to make money. This month, that didn't happen. And the reason why was because I was completely out of line with the messages that I was receiving and with the way I was supposed to be doing things. It wasn't working for me. So the moment I was like, well, this is over, right? Like, done with her, no more, gone. And I just stopped everything. And I went back to doing things my way. I started making money, like instantly. And I've made money every single day since. And that was, I think, Friday. Might have been Thursday, but I think it was Friday. Pretty sure it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday because my daughter and I went out for Starbucks after her first week of school. And had my parents come over for dinner and stuff. So pretty fun. Anyways, so your procrastination is stemmed from something. All right? So you need to figure out what it stemmed from. You're not just procrastinating. You're not just lazy. There's something behind that. All right. So the worksheet I've put together, of course, it's got a little training for you guys, but there are some things that I really want to point out. So make sure you guys are always reading the trainings, because the things I type up are different than what I'm talking about, because I don't really like the idea of reiterating it twice. You're smart enough. You're an entrepreneur. You can go read it. But it's really fabulous stuff. Okay. So, and I will say the title of this is pretty much right off the worksheet. So there's that. So a big thing that I want to point out is that there will never be a right time to get started. This has a lot to do with the perfectionism and the procrastination, right? Oh, well, once I have this, well, once this happens, oh, well, I need to wait until Monday because, or, I can't post my sales page because it's not perfect yet, blah, 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 blah. There's never a right time. There's never a better time than right now. And straightforward, like straight up, the more you put it off, the more the universe is like, well, she doesn't really want it. Well, this isn't really right for her. Like, she said she really wanted this, and like, it's right here dangling in front of her, but she's not doing anything about it. She's not reaching for it. She's not taking the right steps. Like, she's not doing anything. I've put so many ideas, like so many downloads. I've given her so much information, so many different opportunities. I put the right, programs in front of her, the right coach in front of her. Like, I've done all of these different things, and yet she's not there. Like, she's not doing it. She's not showing up. So there's never a right time. But if you have a dream, if you have a desire, you just need to start taking an action. Just take a freaking action, okay? It will always be like an extension of your dreams, okay? And if you choose not to take action, if you choose to wait for that perfect timing, perfect situation, whatever, it will be your demise, right? Like, it will crash your dream. So quit hesitating. Don't wait. Okay, so I'm just going to read this part really quick to make sure you guys, I know you guys read this, but this is so important, okay? So, uncertainty very easily links to fear, right? We just talked about that. And to self-doubt, right? Okay, and before you know it, the little voice in your head is convincing you, and it's a little very sly way, that you're better off waiting, or, that you need to do something else, or, you can downplay it a little bit. You don't need to dream so big right now. You can just wait a little while, whatever it is, right? You start to have those voices that creep in, and they're like, oh, tomorrow's good enough. Oh, you don't have to do it all right now. Nobody expects you to be superhero. I've had all kinds of bogus things pop in my head, okay, you guys? So don't listen to the voices if they're healthy, but if it's just putting off something that you really need to be doing, stop it. You're self-sabotaging yourself. All right, so questions. Okay, so the journaling that I'm going to have you guys do, I want you to, whenever procrastination comes up, or perfectionism, or really anything that's holding you back, you can ask these questions. What is this really about? What am I afraid of? What is the very worst thing that could happen here? So if I do it right now, right? So sales page, it's not absolutely perfect. My font maybe it's not working right. I'm not in love. I can't figure out what's wrong, but it's not good enough, right? So if I publish it, what's the worst that could happen? Nobody's going to buy? Nobody's going to buy if you don't publish it. Do you get where I'm going? Okay. What is the true likelihood of that happening? Oh, yeah. Back to the first question. I was like, why did I write it like that? Okay. What is the true likelihood of that happening? So if I put out a sales page that I didn't feel like was perfect, and my fear around it is that nobody would buy, how likely is it that no one would buy? Well, just because you put out a sales page doesn't mean that people are automatically going to find it. They might stumble upon it. Most likely they're not. They have to be led to it. So then there's the action of actually posting about it. If I post about it, I'm going to get at least one click through. At least one person's going to show up. And that's one person closer to filling whatever that program is, right? That's just my thoughts. On a scale from 1 to 10, how awesome would it be? So this is, I missed a question. Okay, so what is the best possible outcome? So for me, filling up, let's just say my intensive, it's coming up, right? Filling it to 50 people. 50 people is my max, and I think that would be fucking amazing to have 50 people in there, especially because I have hired somebody to run it with me this time, and she's going to do a fabulous job. So I can have more people in there, and we can have a ton of interaction. So it'll be really, really, really awesome. And, okay, so best possible outcome is I'll have 50 people. On a scale to 10, how awesome would that be? That'd be like a fucking 20. If I filled that to 50, I will fill this to 50 this go round. It's going to be off the fucking chain. It's going to be so amazing. You have no idea. We're talking ultra badass. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be so cool. Every time I think about it, I light up. And I just decided the other day that 50 is my magic number. Oh my God, I'm so fucking excited. You have no idea. All right. So yeah, it would be way over a 10 for me. So which one wins, right? So the fear of putting out maybe not a perfect sales page, or having 50 people like show up and transform their lives going through my signature program with me. Having 50 people, right? Like that fucking rocks. Okay. So the good or the bad, that's just which one weighs out, right? The good or the bad. The possibilities or the potential or the fear, right? So for me, possibilities and potential way outweighs the fear. And that's the state that you have to be in. And if you're not at that state, then you're probably not doing the right thing anyways, okay? So, for example, this happens a lot with network marketers. Their fear heavily outweighs their desire to sell, right? The potential for that income or whatever it is. There's a couple reasons. One, they've never seen that kind of income. Two, they don't believe it's true for them. Maybe they haven't even seen any real income from their network marketing company, like maybe $50 or something. So, they're just like, oh, well, I can't make an extra $2,000. It just doesn't feel real to them. But I think the biggest thing is that though they love it, they don't know if everybody's going to love it. And though it's a product that maybe like they stand behind or something like that, they aren't so fired up about it that they're going to share about it endlessly. For example, this is a good one. Cancer. You have the cure for cancer. There's a fear that there's going to be a lot of ridicule. You're definitely going to get in trouble with the drug administration and all that, right? But how many lives can you save? How many families can you save, right? How many children? How many wives, moms, grandmas, grandpas? Like, how many people can you save? That potential for being able to save and repair families, right? Because it's not just that one person that you're impacting. It's their entire family. Everybody that loves them is now impacted by a miracle that you gave them. Wouldn't just one family be worth it, right? If you could just save one family. And I mean, who cares about the ridicule? The joy that's on their face is so much bigger. And so you have to get to that point with your products where they are, and that's how I am with coaching, right? I know it's truly transformational. I know it will save lives. I know that it is a massive impact that everybody needs. Like, I know these things. And so for me, I have to share my message. I have to help people get unstuck. I have to help people get rid of the bullshit. I have to help people understand that they are a total fucking badass and they can go do whatever they want and they can live their dreams and they can be as wealthy as they want, as happy as they want, as free as they want, right? And that completely outweighs all of the naysayers I have. That completely outweighs all of the drama that comes my way when people tell their coach that I'm totally awesome and they should check me out. Okay, so by the way, if you guys have another coach, I love you. I'll be friends with her, but don't say it in a way that she feels like she's competing with me, because I have had some coaches hate on me based on what their clients have said about how awesome I am and how much they've gotten out of my trainings and stuff. So please don't cause drama in my life. Okay. So I put in a commitment and I want you guys to write it out, type it out, whatever. And I want you to put it places that you can see it. I want you to stick it everywhere. Stick it in the bathroom, right? On the mirror, wherever. Stick it in the car, stick it on your office, tape it to your computer so you have to look at it every day. Put it as your background on your phone, whatever you need to do. Oh, you know what? Type it in as your Facebook status. I want you to fucking commit to yourself. And once more, I want you to take this commitment and I want you to post it to this group wall. You don't have to comment on anybody else. I mean, I want you to comment on each other and support, but I'm not saying like one person does it and then everybody else does it under there as a comment. I want each of you to do it separately. You guys have to fucking do this. So it says, I hereby commit to blank, regardless of how much resistance or how much resistance or fear I feel around doing so. I commit to blank because I believe in my ability to blank, and because I refuse to let blank, blank, or blank hold me back any longer. I am ready for my best life, and I'm ready for it now. This is a commitment. So I'm going to post mine. You guys can go see it. But I want you guys to fucking commit. Like, I want you guys out there. I want you guys so excited. No more procrastination, you guys. Tomorrow is Monday, and there is so much awesomeness that's getting ready to happen. You only have a few days left of the month. You guys, it's time to fucking commit. The other thing I want to tell you guys really quick is go look at my post. I did a post today, and I talk about my friend Gina Lambert. She is a professional project manager, like out in the corporate world, and turned coach. She has a master's degree in project management, and she is fucking amazing. She's doing a free master class, and she has it's like $5 for something like 3 workbooks of hers, which I have. Hey baby, can you do me a favor? Can you grab these papers and hand them to me really quick? Fast, fast, fast. Fast, fast, fast. Fast, fast, fast. You're not fast at all. I know. Can you hand me those papers really quick? These ones? Yep. Hand me all those papers. There's a whole stack. Thank you, princess. So I printed them out, and there's like 3 in here because I like having them printed, but they are digital copies, so you could just open up the PDF and fill them out yourself. So she's got like 3 different workbooks in here, but this is like workflow streamlining, the move, 1-step planning method. And then the last one is best month ever, goal setting and planning workshop. I want you guys to all go get this because we are going to have a fucking killer September. This will work for any business you have. Even just your regular life, getting it organized, absolutely everything, money, any goals you guys have in any way. This will absolutely work. She did design this for entrepreneurs, but it will work no matter what. And if you can learn these concepts, and if you can really dive into them, you can use this on everything. And we're going to be talking a lot about this next month. And I actually think I'm going to ask her to come in and do a training on this for us. How fun is that? But you guys, you get all of this for $5. There's a ton of content in here, a ton of fillable little step-by-step. Okay, start here, do this, do this, do this. You guys, this is fabulous. It is way worth the $5, plus the masterclass is free, right? So you guys need to go do this, and then we can work through these together. And the thing is, and really, I would like to do this with you guys by Wednesday. Shit, I've got a lot going on Wednesday. So maybe Tuesday, because I want you guys to be absolutely ready for next month. Any blocks that are coming up, we need to talk about it. I want you guys to go and crush this, this series. Next month. I want your dreams to come true. And we're going to do a lot of work around it. I think one of the things I'm going to do next month is I'm going to try to do journaling prompts. It won't be a normal worksheet. It'll just be a post, different journaling prompts a few times a week to kind of keep your brain going and stuff. Yeah, so it's going to be absolutely fabulous. But you guys, go get this. Go freaking get this. You can afford the $5. I know you can. And you'll have it forever, and you can use it for everything. It is worth it. All right, you guys? So I'm going to get off now, but even as you're watching the replay, if you guys have any questions about procrastination, perfectionism, if something comes up and I didn't maybe answer the question, whatever it may be, give me a shout out, you guys. Talk to me on here. Tag me in a post. Write a comment on here. This group is for interaction. This group is for supporting each other. I want to know where your businesses are at. I want to know what your goals are. I want to know what's going on in your life. Okay. So I will talk to you guys soon. I love you guys so much. Have a great day, you guys. All right. Bye, everyone.